Hello, Jarrett Lau here with Profitable Properties Boston. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to live expense-free. Now, it's not always the easiest way to do it, but it's definitely possible. I've done it myself and I'm currently doing it right now. What I mean by that is being able to find a multifamily property, living in one of the units and renting out the others. The unit I, for example, live in is a 3-family unit. I might have purchased the property for $800,000. That mortgage might cost me, let's just say, $4,000. All my expenses in are over $5,000. However, each unit might get me $2,000. If you have 3 units, you're gonna have $6,000 in rent coming in. If your expenses are $5,000 and your income is $6,000 after everything, you're gonna have a net $1,000 and you're living in it. However, that's if you rent out all 3. What ends up happening is if you live in one of the units, your rent only goes down to $2,000 per unit, which would then be $4,000. Now remember, those expenses are about $5,000 at the end of the day. So you'd say, well, Jarrett, isn't that out of pocket, $1,000? But with most people, they are gonna have a mortgage. And that mortgage, you're paying down a percentage of your principal. And that principal every single month goes in your pocket. And I've seen plenty of times where my clients will either A, live completely rent-free and not have to worry about any expenses because the other 2 units do offset it enough to cover all expenses. But if not, do calculate in things like your principal, your taxes, right? Have a CPA, have a spreadsheet, right, that goes through this type of stuff, that at the end of the day, after you calculate it in principal, tax deductions, everything else like that, they might be able to show you that the difference in $1,000 is actually covered by those other 2 units and the ownership of the property themselves, right? And that is a great thing because having 0 expenses when it comes to your living, which is typically the highest expense that people incur, allows you to save more money to buy more properties in the future and keep doing this, right? And then there's a future benefit of if you live in that property and then you sell it, you might not be able to be taxed as much on the actual income of the property when you sell it. So another further, benefit of living in a unit that you might consider selling or using as an investment property. So if you or anyone else you know is looking for a property that allows you to live rent-free and expense-free and want to have those calculations and numbers, please think of Profitable Properties Boston.